They have the stingiest defense in the Big East.
Atuso gets the kind roll off the rim for the corner.
Oh, and there is Shante Stonewall. Those two, not able to finish there on the bunny, but those two, Kelly Campbell and Shante Stonewall, have such a great chemistry together. They have come through the ranks together for DePaul, both seniors.
Shea Bry will bring it up and hand it right back to Upe Atuso. 5'9" junior from Nigeria. Junior college transfer from Labette Community College. Kristen Spolier, this is what she does best. She will get to the rim, and now she will get to the line to shoot two.
Spolier just does such a good job of manufacturing her own shot. You see there how she snakes through the DePaul defense with that little step through there and drawing contact as well. Shoots a lot of free throws. As a matter of fact, Dave has made more free throws than anyone else in the Big East Conference this season.
In fact, that is sixth best in the country. 129 free throws made for Spolier. Kristen Spolier's led her team in scoring 19 times this year, 20 games in double figures. She's gone over that 20-point mark 9 times. She's going to get a chance from 15. The break is on. Morris, Lexi Held. Bulldogs the other way. Johnny was telling us about those numbers. The highest scoring team, the team that allows the fewest points. DePaul checks in 84.9 points per game. That leads the Big East, second in the country. And on the other side, Butler only gives up about 59 points per game.
And Coach Doug Bruno telling us, yeah, Butler loves to hold people in the 50s and the 60s. We're not going to have that. We cannot play that kind of game. We want to jack up the tempo and get this game in the 80s.
Church can't get the pull-up to go. Bry will get the board, and there is Church. How about that? How quickly DePaul reacts to a missed shot with pressure.
And she's the one who missed the shot. I love the fact that she right away is in defensive mode, jumping up to get that deflection.
Here's Genesis Parker. She'll go up ahead to Bry. On the kick out corner. And that's a three. Ring it up for Kat Strong. Butler goes on top. But Stonewall will get two of them back. Couple of three-pointers for Butler. This is not a team that makes a lot of threes. In fact, the last time these teams played, they had only 3 balls that went down from outside the arc. Spolier, deep pass inside. And it's Strong, who hit one from the corner, who now hits one underneath. And Butler has the early 9-6 lead.
And that is one of Butler's strengths, that strength inside. They've got some big, strong players in the paint.
Campbell will rip it out of there. Held the acceleration. Finds Morris.
Wow. What a nice play by Lexi Held, sticking with that basketball, kind of tiptoeing along the baseline there to keep the ball in play. And again, then hustling back to get the steal right around half court.
Stonewall, what a quick move on the baseline. Instant acceleration from that right corner from Shante Stonewall.
Such a quick first step, and that length, those long legs, long arms that Shante Stonewall has. Such a tough player, but she covers so much ground with that speed and length in her game.
Butler operating with a thin bench tonight with the absence of Toure, and Atuso moving to the starting lineup. They'll come off the bench with Naida Caceres, 6'1" redshirt junior from Spain. Stonewall with 5 of DePaul's 9 points to tie this ball game up. Diva Kelja has come into the game for DePaul. Blue Demons will play 6-7 players. Doug Bruno has tightened up that rotation. Parker. She'll go against Bekelja. Church ahead to Held. To a running Bekelja. The hesitation to the baseline. And a double team and a traveling call.
I mean, now that's saying something. Creating a turnover off of your own turnover right there in the backcourt, where that should be easy transition mode for Butler. And that is really tough mentally for a team to handle. Yeah, that should be a situation that's in your favor, and DePaul yet converting it into a situation that's in theirs.
Bulldogs with 5 turnovers in the first 5 minutes. Kelly Campbell will bottom out at 3. Her 46th three-pointer this season, and Blue Demons have jumped to the 13-9 lead.
Then you score a three-pointer off of that situation. Shantae Stonewall then knocks the inbounds pass out of bounds. This is how DePaul wears down teams, not only physically, but the mental side of it too.
A 3-on-2. Parker with the take. Caceres will keep it alive. A Tuso. 4-point lead and running. A spin from Bakelja. DePaul has Butler playing at their pace right now with 4.5 to play in the first. Bulldogs 9-1 here in the new year. The only loss coming to DePaul, as we said, 80-65 was the final score. Blue Demons winning that one in Indianapolis on January 19th. Lexi Held picks up the foul. The Blue Demons have the lead. 4:24 to play in the first. Battle of the top 2 teams in the league. Blue Demons on top, 13-9.
You're watching DePaul Ball on the Big East Digital Network.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
I felt like I was going to spend my whole adult life paying this off.
Thanks to SoFi, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
As of 12 p.m. today, I am debt-free.
We have no debt, we don't owe anybody anything, and it's fantastic.
We're all in, all together. Great voices ready to start, great energy. We're getting excited about what we do, all right? You know how together you are. You know how hard you're gonna work, but you also know how good you are. Let's go, Shorn. 1, 2, 3. Together!
This is our time.
When we bring it together, and we all locked in, we coming back in this locker room with a victory.
That's the Big East way. The 2020 Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't. Driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
to know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do.
Stand up stronger. I got the power, gonna raise it up. So high, we're shining brighter. We got the power, gonna raise it up. We got the power, gonna raise it up.
Fans, the Blue Demons will be right back here this Sunday afternoon when they host Xavier at 2 p.m. Join other fans as DePaul honors their 2 graduating senior players, Kelly Campbell and Shantae Stonewall, in their final Big East regular season home game. Call the DePaul ticket office today to reserve your seats at 773-325-SLAM or visit DePaulBlueDemons.com/tickets to learn more about additional ticket opportunities. Well, here at McGrath Phillips Arena, you've seen a lot of pink, and our Johnny Soper is going all in on that.
That's right, Dave and Trish. Listen, I guess I was left off the wear pink email chain. Somebody made that mistake. But all across women's college basketball this weekend is the Play for K celebration in honor of the late, great NC State head coach Kay Yow, who beat breast cancer twice before she passed away in 2009. This is a very special cause close to DePaul coach Doug Bruno's heart. He knew Coach Yow personally. He said he was great friends with Coach Yow, and he and his wife Patty knew her very well. And guys, if you'd like to donate, you can do so at kyow.com. And for more information, go on Twitter at KYowFund. Pink all around. Dave, you got an extra pink tie for me I could wear?
I'm not giving it up, sir. I am not giving up the tie. You get to keep your T-shirt. I'm keeping my tie.
Well, this pink game is so near and dear to Doug Bruno's heart. You mentioned, Johnny, that Kay Yow, the NC State coach, lost her battle with the breast cancer in 2009, fought it for 12 years. Doug Bruno and Kay very tight, but also Doug Bruno's wife, as you mentioned, Patty Bruno, very, very close friends with Kay Yow. Doug Bruno saying, you know, Kay Yow and I, we used to talk all about hoops. Kay Yow and my wife, Patty, used to talk about everything. So those two were very tight, and this is a very meaningful game for Doug Bruno.
Fighting on the inside is Kat Strong. She has 7 points, and we're tied at 15. I'd like to say Johnny dished out the big bucks for that T-shirt. That was a giveaway here tonight. A lot of folks here in the stands with it as Sonia Morris matches Strong's 7 points with 7 of her own to give the Blue Demons a 3-point lead. You know, that's a great thing that, you know, schools all over the country do. At whatever they call it, their pink day, you know, play for K, but DePaul giving away the pink T-shirts to everyone that walks through the doors.
And props to Doug Bruno. I don't know if we can get a shot of it, but he has got not only a light pink shirt on, but he's got some really cool pink sneakers on with the pink shoelaces as well. Nice going, Doug.
And a good one going here in the first quarter, and that's an offensive foul. And that will be Spolier inside. She was trying to work for inside position. Campbell will push ahead to Held. Butler playing that tough defense, ends up in Held's hands. She makes them pay. Lexi Held came free in the corner, gets her first 3 of the night. 68 threes in a season for the sophomore. DePaul scored the last 6 points of this game. And Held will get her hands on the ball.
The turnovers are piling up 6 now for Butler. They have got to find a way to take better care of the basketball. DePaul not scoring in that situation off the turnover, but that is one of their specialties. They do such a good job of maximizing opportunities off of mistakes by other teams. They will kill you on points off of turnovers. Shantae Stonewall. Again, you see that length, even just kicking the ball out of bounds. She makes it so tough for you to make a sound, safe pass around her. She is genius with her at the point of the press. With that length, that speed, it's hard to see around her.
You mentioned points off turnovers. 1/3 of DePaul's points tonight. 7 of their 21 have come off of Butler turnovers. Caceres works against Maya Stovall just into the ball game. Stovall, sophomore from St. Louis. Atuso, National Junior College All-American, first teamer. Strong will try it from the outside. Morris has a good look at a 3, buries it.
And just no hesitation shooting a 3 in transition like that. Doug Bruno, if you have the open shot, go ahead and shoot it.
10 first quarter points for Sonia Morris. DePaul has ripped off 9 straight. Strong on the offensive backboard. She's keeping her team in it with 9, and that ends the 9-0 run.
Absolutely, and when you are struggling to hit shots and you're turning the ball over, you've got to get the hustle points. You've got to crash the boards. Hats off to Strong there, sticking with that ball.
Now Bry to Spolier for the easy one off the DePaul turnover. Morris left open again.
Butler dodging a bullet there because Sonia Morris does not miss many of those open three-pointers.
The next whistle will get 3 substitutions into this game, but we're under a minute to play with the clock running. 15 seconds to shoot for the Bulldogs. And the long skip to Strong. Battling inside is Shea Bride. Deja Church checks back in. Kiara Dahlman makes her first appearance for DePaul in this first quarter. Dahlman had the biggest week of her DePaul career last week, and wins over St. John's and Seton Hall. About a 2-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Butler pushing the Blue Demons back. 10 to shoot. Now open up the floor for Morris. To Campbell. She pops open and hits another one.
So many three-point threats on this DePaul team. They are everywhere.
DePaul with 5 threes in the first quarter. They have ripped off 27 points and they lead by 8 after 1 in Chicago.
You're watching Butler basketball on the Big East Digital Network.
All right, we gotta be all in, all right? We gotta make sure we play with great passion. You have felt each other and helped each other and allowed yourselves to be helped with that, all right? We've got a great opportunity to do that today.
This is who we are.
When you look to your left and you see your sister over there, you help her. Because what we are one. Let's bring it.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah!
That's the Big East way. The 2020 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
I felt like I was going to spend my whole adult life paying this off.
Thanks to SoFi, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
As of 12 p.m. today, I am debt-free.
We have no debt, we don't owe anybody anything, and it's fantastic.
We aren't just dreamers. We're doers.
My time. None of you people can tell me to stop.
Good things happen when you unleash a Butler Bulldog.
My time. None of you people can tell me to stop.
Stand up stronger. I got the power, gonna raise it up. So high, we're shining brighter. We got the power, gonna raise it up. We got the power, gonna raise it up.
Fans of the DePaul men's basketball team's next home game will be on Wednesday, February 19th when they host Villanova at 8 p.m. Take the CTA red or green train lines to Cermak Chinatown and see Big East college basketball in one of the most competitive conferences in the country this season. Individual tickets start at just $25. For more information, call 773-325-SLAM or DePaulBlueDemons.com/tickets. Call them today. Well, DePaul with 27 points on the board, and to put that in perspective with this offense-defense matchup, those 27 points represent almost half of what Butler normally allows in 4 quarters.
Well, Butler allowing about 58 points per game. That is number 1 in the Big East for fewest points allowed per game. They are also number 1 in the Big East in opponent field goal percentage at about 36%. DePaul shooting better than 10 points than that already. They're at 48% in the first quarter. Why is that? DePaul getting so many high percentage shots down at the other end off of steals, turnovers by Butler. Butler has to take better care of the ball. They already have 6 turnovers.
And the other high percentage shots that are popping up are the ones outside the arc. DePaul has been open. They've hit 5 of 10 threes in the first quarter.
Well, DePaul does such a good job of moving the basketball around the perimeter. They have so many three-point shooters, and then when you're scoring at such a high rate in the paint, that forces your defense to kind of pick its poison. What are you going to guard? And a lot of times those three-point shooters have wide open looks.
Dahlman gets it inside, and she's hammered.
It's a nice entry pass there by Sonia Morris, finding Dahlman. You mentioned that Dahlman last weekend had her best weekend as a DePaul Blue Demon. She just got a lot of minutes inside, establishing a big interior presence for DePaul. That has been tough to come by in recent seasons. DePaul typically known as a smaller size, undersized team, a guard-centric team. And Doug Bruno trying to change that up a little bit, bring in some bigs and give DePaul a little bit of a bigger look.
And for Dahlman, her playing time here as of late has increased, and it's all predicated on the defensive matchups for her. She is in early in this one, gets a couple of free throws, biggest lead of the game, sits right here at 10. Remember, Butler playing without Emu Ture, the freshman, who has really come on as of late. Genesis Parker's first shot of the game. And now a Tuso.
Look at that hustle out of your senior leader right there. Kelly Campbell, the point guard, the heart and soul of this team, on the floor, doing the little things. And DePaul just continuing to draw contact and get to the free throw line.
Here's Deja Church taking it to the rack. Johnny Soper has an update on Kat Strong.
Yeah, well, Dave and Trish, during the break, as you see Kat Strong actually heading to the scorer's table, she will check back in. She was getting her right leg stretched out during that timeout. Looked like she might have had a cramp, but as you can see, checking back into the game. So good to see that.
Thank you very much, sir. As Butler, as we said, operating with a much thinner bench. They may only go 6 deep here tonight.
Well, that's big for Strong to come back into this game looking like she's fine. She already has 9 points for the Bulldogs. Has been very efficient. Talk about the high percentage shots. Strong 4 of 8 from the field, so they need her offense in this game.
Lead continues to grow. 2-on-1. Look at it. Tuso flying down. She has 7 points, getting a start tonight. Her 4th start of the season. Dahlman high low. What a great feed to Stonewall. Strong will power it up. Maybe hear Kurt Godlewski in the background yelling for motion.
Wants some movement. He wants to challenge this DePaul defense. Get them moving.
Well, talk about a pass from high to low. Spolier put it right on the money to Bry.
Beautiful lob pass there from well beyond the arc. Seen some good passing between these two teams. Perfect there.
And these teams, number 1, number 2 in the conference standings. DePaul at 12-1 in league play. The only loss coming to Creighton. Butler at 9-3. Bulldogs have won their last 5. In fact, Butler has not lost a true road game since November 23rd.
Well, and this has been a good year for them. 2020, that is. They are 9-1 in the new year. They have been red hot lately.
And 9-1, of course, encompasses 1 trip through the Big East Conference and a little extra. You know, hard to believe when you look at the upcoming schedules. Following this weekend, DePaul will have just 3 conference games left before the conference tournament. Butler will have but 4. The conference tournament, of course, will come your way in Chicago. The South Side, South Loop at Wintrust Arena. That tournament will begin March 6th. Campbell in replacing Dahlman. And here comes Held back in. And Stovall will leave, so DePaul will have their starters on the floor, as does Butler under head coach Kurt Godlewski. He's in his 6th season at Butler, 85 wins, 95 losses. On the other side, Doug Bruno, 716 wins at DePaul in 34 years. And that one got away. And that may be Genesis Parker picking up the personal foul.
You talk about the coaches in this game, and Doug Bruno, of course, one of the best in the country, 30 years at DePaul, and just so much success here. And Kurt Godlewski is also building a nice program at DePaul and was the Big East Coach of the Year last season.
Last year, Butler finished 3rd in the conference, 11-7. Had 23 wins in the season, advanced to the Sweet 16 to the WNIT. Butler back quickly. Campbell, not this time.
Butler so far doing a real nice job of limiting DePaul on the offensive boards. DePaul, the best offensive rebounding team in the conference. If you're going to give them shots, you got to limit them to 1.
Clean steal by Church, and she'll go coast to coast. Deja Church, transfer from Michigan, playing here in her 23rd game for DePaul. And for folks that have seen DePaul through the season, you have seen Deja Church just become more and more acclimated by the game to this DePaul system. Spolier looking to build on an 11-point lead, right on the money to Held.
Tough shot there. Butler did a really nice job of getting back in defensive transition. A lot of teams cannot keep up with the pace that DePaul plays at. Butler, nice job there.
Sarah Humphrey will come off the Butler bench, senior from Crete, Illinois. Crete, a south suburb of Chicago. A lot of traffic inside, a lot of dark jerseys there, and here comes Parker the other way. Sonia Morris was riding her all the way down. DePaul 13th ranked in the country, 22-3 on the season, 12-1 in league play, 12-2 at home. Of course, home this season for DePaul has been split between, right here where we are tonight, McGrath-Phillips Arena and Wintrust Arena,
which will be the site of the Big East tournament coming up before we know it.
Well, and that's why all these coaches, all the fans, just very much aware of how the seeds may play out. Kurt Godlewski believes that, you know, no matter where Butler ends up being seeded, and he has a tough weekend this weekend with DePaul and Marquette, he thinks his team has a shot at winning it.
Well, he says that they're trying to play their way into the NCAA tournament right now, and this is a huge weekend for them in that regard. 2 big teams in DePaul and Marquette on the road. He really has a lot of confidence that this team won't be done even after the Big East tournament. They want to make a run nationally.
Hey, speaking of Wintrust Arena, that's where Butler has played DePaul the last 2 years. They have met the Blue Demons. In fact, last 3 years. This is the first time since the 2016-2017 season that Butler has played in this building. Parker with the left hand and will not go, and the Bulldogs have gone cold here, been stuck on 21 for a while. Caceres goes high for that board. Butler's missed its last 4 shots.
Some trouble.
And Kurt Godlewski gets that timeout. So Butler's missed its last 4 shots. They've gone 3 minutes and 40 seconds without scoring. DePaul has not scored in the last 2.5 minutes. So we sit at a 32-21 advantage for DePaul here midway through the second quarter.
You're watching DePaul Ball basketball on the Big East Digital Network.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
To know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
and you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here, we do.
All right, we gotta be all in, all right? We gotta make sure we play with great passion. You have felt each other and helped each other and allowed yourselves to be helped with that, all right? We've got a great opportunity to do that today.
This is who we are.
When you look to your left and you see your sister over there, you help her. Because what we are one. Let's bring it.
1, 2, 3.
That's the Big East way. The 2020 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
I felt like I was going to spend my whole adult life paying this off.
Thanks to SoFi, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
As of 12 p.m. today, I am debt-free.
We have no debt, we don't owe anybody anything, and it's fantastic.
Stand up stronger. I got the power, gonna raise it up. So high, we're shining brighter. We got the power, gonna raise it up. We got the power, gonna raise it up.
Chicago, one of the great cities in the United States, along with Wintrust Arena and DePaul University, will host the 2020 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament presented by Jeep. Starting Friday, March 6th, enjoy the competition as all 10 of the conference's teams vie for an automatic berth in the 2020 NCAA Women's Championship Tournament. Tickets are on sale now, so call the DePaul ticket office today to reserve your package or visit bigeast.com/WBB tickets for more information.
Well, Dave, the last time these two teams played, Kristen Spolier had 25 points. For Butler, she has 5 points right now, but only one field goal, and the Bulldogs are going to have to find a way to get her more involved. Earlier, you mentioned how Kurt Godlewski was yelling from the sideline, motion, motion, and maybe just a reminder to his players, hey, let's get the offense moving a little bit. Let's try to get Kristen Spolier opened up for some better-looking shots at the basket.
Spolier, third leading scorer in the Big East at 19 points per game. Travel on Caceres, turnover number 9 for the Bulldogs. That scoring drought will continue now. Will be over 4 minutes once DePaul crosses half court. Eva Kelja came into the ball game prior to that last dead ball. She'll have it now.
Butler really making DePaul work in the offensive half court here.
Bekelja makes them pay, though. The Bekelja, her 33rd three of the year.
You saw how Bekelja just hit that over the top of defense, but she stepped back enough to give herself room. All these DePaul players have such great range on their threes. That's what makes them so hard to defend from outside.
It's the biggest lead of the game at 14. Good ball movement, gets it inside to Humphrey. Spolier comes away with it.
Good players, good scorers. They just have that nose for the basketball.
Spolier, a 1,000-point scorer, as is Kelly Campbell, Shantae Stonewall. Kelly Campbell had the ball presented to her, signifying her 1,000 point. And that 1,000 points came again against this very team. It happened at Hinkle Fieldhouse against Butler back on the 19th of January. Caceres ahead to Parker. The scoring pace of this game has certainly slowed from the first quarter. We had 46 points scored in that first period, 27 from DePaul.
Much more to Butler's liking this pace, but neither team is putting the ball in the basket right now. So Butler is having a hard time making up ground.
Well, here in the second quarter, DePaul just 2 of 10 from the floor. Butler 2 of 9. Genesis Parker, the junior from Bristow, Virginia, transfer from Cincinnati. She's still looking for her first points, averages 8.9 points per game. Godlewski had high hopes for Parker when she came into the program, and now she has grown into the system. Parker, the only player in the backcourt for Butler, with 3 Blue Demons down there. So Butler's backed off on the pressure that Kurt Godlewski was thinking of using. Of course, his plans changed. We heard from Johnny earlier that Umu Toure, the 5'11 freshman, concussion symptoms that were just revealed this morning. She practiced yesterday here, and today at shoot-around, she said she just didn't feel right. So the adjustment had to be made.
And DePaul faced that same situation when they played Creighton, and Jalen Agnew, same situation. She was practicing and had to pull herself out of practice because of concussion symptoms. But it's good to know that these players are in tune with their bodies and take that very seriously.
Talking to Kit Stutzel, the women's basketball contact for Butler, and he indicated, we were talking about Agnew. Butler also played Xavier when Ariana Gray missed because of concussion symptoms. So it's big, high-profile players in this conference that have been sidelined for a while this season. There's Kat Strong. She's in double figures now with the 11, averaging 6.5 per game. She has 11 of her team's 26.
With some patience, you can come back with it. Jalen Agnew, the Big East Player of the Week this week after sitting out and missing some time with that concussion. It was a serious situation, but she is back and playing well now.
Bry gets a hand on the ball, and saw right there from number 23 for Butler, 6-foot senior from Altoona, Wisconsin. Doug Bruno says that Shea Bry may be the defensive player in the year in this conference. Does so many little things like that. She'll get up and block some shots. Not a big score.
Well, that is high praise considering that he's got a couple of really good defenders on his own team, namely Shante Stonewall, who I think is one of the best defenders in the country.
Well, of course, coaches are not able to vote for their own players in those postseason awards, which hard to believe. We mentioned a couple times those postseason awards will be announced in just a couple of weeks. Oh, Parker with the drive, and her feet went out from underneath her.
Well, she has been active here in this game, and you can tell that she is definitely shaken up after that. Just looks like she slipped on the floor going in here to finish this layup.
Her heels just went out from underneath her there, but she's going to get a chance to cut this lead to 8. DePaul led by as many as 14. Spolier comes back in. 7 points for Spolier tonight, just 2 of 7 from the floor. And Parker will head to the bench. 37-29, we're under 2 minutes to play in the first half. DePaul with a 2.5 game lead over Butler in the conference standings for first and second place. Atuso hounded by Stonewall. Now Stonewall has her again on top. Spolier, that's an offensive foul. She doesn't believe it. Lexi Held took it. That's 2 offensive fouls on Kristen Spolier.
I just heard Spolier say to the official, I think you were anticipating that contact. Lexi Held doing a good job of selling it nonetheless.
Lupe Atuso picks up that foul. That will send Deja Church to the line to shoot 2. Church had a big ball game the last time these teams met. 13 points, 12 rebounds. Church comes in averaging just a shade over 10 points per game. A 9-point first half for Church.
Uh-oh. Watch those hands. They are everywhere in this DePaul pressure, particularly the hands of Shante Stonewall. Again with the hands. DePaul, the tips, the deflections. It wears you down. Every pass, every dribble challenged by the DePaul Blue Demons, and they are just rolling up the pressure.
Strong at the top to Spolier. They switch on her. Caceres comes and gets it. 10 to shoot. Strong inside. Nice cut from Caceres, and Strong finds her. Nida Caceres gets her first basket of the game. Keeps Butler within 10.
Pretty ball or movement without the basketball, and Kelly Campbell can't get that three to go down. But again, we talked about it, DePaul, and you see how they are climbing all over the offensive boards. DePaul getting one. Kelly Campbell almost getting one. The best offensive rebounding team in the Big East, despite the fact that they are typically a smaller team than every other team they play.
And the drive, carving her way through, is Deja Church. Already 2 players for DePaul in double figures, near steal.
Oh boy.
And now Butler will look to attack. A 3-on-1.
And see, that's the thing, Dave. You survive it. You get over half court. You see numbers. They're in your favor, but you're moving so fast, and you're thinking about the play that happened just 2 seconds ago, and your mind is racing. You're racing, and then you make another turnover. That is what DePaul can do to you with that nonstop pressure.
Have to get this one up in a hurry from half court. Caceres. And when that ball came down, it brings a 12-point DePaul lead. Blue Demons led by 8 after 1. They have stretched it. At the end of one half of play in Chicago, it's a 13th rank and league leading. DePaul Blue Demons 43, Butler 31.
You're watching Butler Women's Basketball on the Big East Digital Network.
My parents never taught me anything about managing money.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
We just decided we didn't want debt any longer.
I didn't realize how easy investing could be. I'm picking companies that I believe in.
I think SoFi Money is amazing.
Thank you, SoFi.
SoFi, thank you. We love you.
We're all in, all together. Great voices ready to start, great energy. We're getting excited about what we do, all right? You know how together you are. You know how hard you're going to work, but you also know how good you are. Let's go, Shorm. 1, 2, 3.
Together! This is our time.
When we bring it together and we all locked in, we coming back in this locker room with a victory.
That's the Big East way. The 2020 Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
to know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do.
Stand up stronger. I got the power, gonna raise it up. So high, we're shining brighter. We got the power, gonna raise it up. We got the power, gonna raise it up.
It's play for K-Night here tonight at McGrath Phelps Arena, DePaul University. The Blue Demons have that 12-point advantage over Butler, the battle of number 1 and number 2 here in the Big East. I'm Dave Bernhardt along with Patricia Babcock-McGraw. Trish, we take a look at the honor roll and the players of the week here in the Big East Conference. Some familiar names that have been at the top of those spots all season long. Jalen Agnew, the player of the week. Here's your first-year honor roll and 2 familiar names right up at the top there.
Absolutely. 2 of the best scorers in the Big East, Spolier and Stonewall, and they are playing hard for their teams right here. I'm so happy to see Jalen Agnew, too, with her player of the week coming back after the concussion situation with her missing a lot of games for Creighton. She had a nice week last week.
And the freshman of the week, once again, you might as well just leave her picture up, is Maddie Sechrist from Villanova. She has just been living. This is the 8th time she has been named freshman of the week in the conference.
She has had a fabulous start to her career at Villanova. A nice job by Sechrist.
Well, Butler comes into this game trailing DePaul here at the half, 43-31. But the Bulldogs started 2020, as we mentioned, with a 9-1 record. And that moved them up to second place in the Big East standings. Now, earlier this week on Fast Break, Megan Caffrey caught up with Kristen Spolier and Umu Toure to hear what they've been working on with the Dogs.
Bulldogs went 2-0 this weekend, moving into sole possession of second place in Big East standings at 9-3 in conference play, as I'm now joined by guards senior Kristen Spolier and freshman Umu Toure. Since the start of 2020, your team has won 8 of your last 9, including a 5-game win streak. What has your team been doing so well together during this stretch?
I just think that, like, after our 2 losses that we took right before the end of the year, we sat there and we had a meeting so we could reevaluate ourselves and the team. This is coming from, like, the coaches all the way down to the players, coming from the starters to the bench people. It's just everyone, our entire staff. We had to sit there and just be like, what do we need to do to get better? So then after we had that meeting, we went on and had good practices, and then that's led us to what our record is now.
Kristen, you scored 25 points in your team's win over Villanova. However, in the game prior to that, you scored 9 points. You did say after win on Sunday that that's the key to this team, that you don't have to do it all every night. What is this team's offense able to do that allows everyone to get production?
Well, I think it's just it's key that everybody on our team has the ability to score. Whether you see that on any given night or not, they do. And that's all the way from all of our starters to our bench. Everybody can score the basketball. And I think our offense allows everybody to be in position to take good shots. And like I said, I don't have to do it all, and that's really key for us to win, is that we're going to have 4 people in double-digit scoring, and that's really what I think has led to some of our success.
Umu, as a freshman, you're in the top 5 in scoring on your team. At what point this season have you really felt your confidence come on?
I feel like after the first few games, I was a little nervous because it's a new experience playing college ball, and like I've just watched my sisters play. But like I just got comfortable with everybody, with everything.
Kristen, as a senior on this team, how have you taken Umu under your wing a little bit to help her grow her confidence?
I think I really just expressed like how much like confidence we all have in her, and that we really need her to be successful on this team. And so I think that after she's learned some of the plays and stuff, she's got more comfortable with everybody and in the plays. And so I think that is just really has led to her confidence and her ability to show everybody what she is capable of. And we all knew that she had it. And I just want to, be more of like a mentor and a positive leader. So that's just really what I've tried to be this year.
Your team has the best scoring defense in the league, allowing 58.7 points per game. What is this team able to do so well defensively to limit your opponent's shots?
I mean, we just get up and we really scramble for the ball, and we're really aggressive, and that just goes back to practice. We always, half of our practice is always defense, and so we're always working on that, and just having the mindset that we're going to lock people down defensively, and we're going to stick to our principles, and hoping that will translate to offense.
You guys are going to be on the road this weekend, so what is something that you take onto the road that you're going to be doing?
I don't know if I really have any pregame rituals.
Is there a certain song that you like to listen pregame?
I have a pregame playlist, so I mean, I guess it's a little bit of a ritual, but like other than that, I mean, normally eat like French toast, some like strawberries in the morning, but other than that, not really. Don't have a ritual.
How about you, Kristen?
I don't really have one either. Usually on the road, we'll get to breakfast, we'll watch a little bit of film, and then I'll go back and lay down for a little bit, watch TV or whatever that may be, and then get ready to go to the gym.
The keys to success. Kristen and Umu, thank you so much for joining me. Best of luck this weekend.
You're watching Butler Basketball on the Big East Digital Network.
We're all in, all together. Great voices right at the start, great energy. We're getting excited about what we do, all right? You know how together you are. You know how hard you're gonna work, but you also know how good you are. Let's go show them. 1, 2, 3.
Together!
This is our time.
When we bring it together and we're all locked in, we coming back in this locker room with a victory.
That's the Big East way. The 2020 Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
My parents never taught me anything about managing money.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
We just decided we didn't want debt any longer.
I didn't realize how easy investing could be. I'm picking companies that I believe in.
I think SoFi money is amazing.
Thank you, SoFi.
SoFi, thank you. We love you.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
to know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do.
Stand up stronger. I got the power, gonna raise it up. So high, we're shining brighter. We got the power, gonna raise it up. We got the power, gonna raise it up.
Big weekend for each of these two teams in the Big East Conference. Number 1, DePaul. Number 2, Butler. And right now it's the Blue Demons holding that double-digit advantage. Along with Patricia Babcock-McGraw, I'm Dave Bernhardt. Glad you could join us. And you were with us, about 45 minutes ago. You saw my partner here in our little pregame talk about pressure.
Sure.
Well, have we seen it?
I was right.
You were right.
At least from DePaul's side of it, they've forced 12 Butler turnovers, and that has led to 16 points for DePaul. That's really been the difference in the game, that DePaul pressure.
You know, you take a look at the first half highlights, it all starts with defense, and it has all year for the 13th ranked Blue Demons. This is early on in the game, forcing turnovers, leading to points.
Yep, the converting defense into offense for the Blue Demons, and there is Shantae Stonewall doing one of the things that she does best in scoring inside the paint. Butler trying to answer with some offense of its own, but a lot of offense by the Blue Demons. They work the ball inside out so well. Kelly Campbell hitting a 3 there.
Well, and they run the floor. This is Sonia Morris. Morris with a big first half. She had 10 points. Deja Church leading the way with 11. Kelly Campbell from the outside. You give her the good look, good things happen. And here's Church again, the clean steal. And how many of these did we see? The clean picks and then taking the distance for the score.
That's part of the reason that DePaul shot the ball so well throughout the first half, is just getting those high percentage shots off of turnovers.
And there you see those turnover numbers, doubling it up at 12-6, and the assists as well. DePaul with 12 assists in their 15 field goals. Well, Kelly Campbell is one of 2 seniors going to be honored here on Senior Day on Sunday when DePaul takes on Xavier. Kelly Campbell, a week and a half ago, she goes for a triple-double against Providence. She's a double-double machine. In fact, right now she's on a pace today. 6 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and because of all of that, she's been named one of the 10 finalists for the Nancy Lieberman Point Guard Award.
She is in great company, but obviously very well-deserving. You see all those stats and where she ranks nationally. That assist-to-turnover ratio is outstanding considering how often Kelly Campbell has the ball in her hands. You know, Doug Bruno telling us that when he was recruiting Kelly Campbell, he got the chance to see her a lot when she was very young. And Kelly Campbell's not a player that pops out at you, and even now, she is not. But as you watch her and as you watch her play, you see all the little things that she does during the course of the game that don't even show up on the stat sheet sometimes. And just her toughness, it really just is a willingness to do that extra thing for her team. She'll do whatever it takes to help this team win, and that's why she is so valuable to DePaul.
She's led DePaul here to a 12-point halftime advantage. Both teams back out on the floor. We'll be back with you in just a bit. DePaul 43, Butler 31 from McGrath-Phillips Arena.
You're watching DePaul Ball on the Big East Digital Network.
All right, we gotta be all in, all right? We gotta make sure we play with great passion. You have felt each other and helped each other and allowed yourselves to be helped with that, all right? We've got a great opportunity to do that today.
This is who we are.
When you look to your left and you see your sister over there, you help her. Because what we are one. Let's bring it.
1, 2, 3.
That's the Big East way. The 2020 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
We aren't just dreamers. We're doers.
My time. None of you people can tell me to stop.
Good things happen when you unleash a Butler Bulldog.
My time. None of you people can tell me to stop.
My parents never taught me anything about managing money.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
We just decided we didn't want debt any longer.
I didn't realize how easy investing could be. I'm picking companies that I believe in.
I think SoFi money is amazing.
Thank you, SoFi.
SoFi, thank you. We love you.
We're all in, all together. Great voices ready to start, great energy. We're getting excited about what we do, all right? You know how together you are. You know how hard you're gonna work, but you also know how good you are. Let's go show them. 1, 2, 3.
Together!
This is our time.
When we bring it together and we're all locked in, we coming back in this locker room with a victory.
That's the Big East way.
43-31, just about set to start the second half. Johnny Soper checked in with both of our coaches during the break. Johnny.
Well, Dave and Tricia had a chance to speak with DePaul head coach Doug Bruno heading into halftime. He said he likes the pace thus far, and he said it's really about half-court offense for his team. 43 points in the first half. And I asked him about the pressure that they applied on Butler. He said in the second quarter, we did it faster, we did it longer, and that really bothered them. And then I just had a chance to speak with Kirk Godlewski for Butler. And he said, we've got to get more post touches. We've got to get the post more involved. He likes the way they've been playing. They settled down on offense, but they just rushed. And they took too many ill-advised threes. He also said that he does not mind the pace right now. Guys?
Okay, interesting, Johnny. Thank you very much. As we take a look at some of the other scores in the conference today, earlier on today, Seton Hall defeated Providence 71-45 in a game just completed. St. John's a winner over Creighton 77-70. Meanwhile, just up north in Milwaukee, Marquette, the end of the third quarter, leading Xavier 35-29.
Interesting that Coach Godlewski is talking about getting the ball inside, feeling like his team has a size advantage, maybe a strength advantage against DePaul in the paint, and wanting to expose that a little bit. We'll see if Butler tries to really work to get those interior shots, those higher percentage shots. I think he wants to see his team shoot at a higher clip.
Well, Shea Bry has been scoreless in the first half. She only averages about 5 points per game, but she is the tallest player on the floor right now for Butler. Lexi Held opens the scoring in the second half.
Especially, Dave, if you're turning the ball over against a team like DePaul, which has been an issue for Butler, you do have to strive for those higher percentage shots. You've got to make the shots that you have because you're coming up with empty possessions like that on turnovers.
The trailer is Morris and gets that soft hop off the rim.
Not bad. That's a friendly home roll there. You know things are going your way when you get a three to bounce in like that.
17-point lead for DePaul. It's biggest of the night, and it comes 1 minute into the third quarter. Inside, outside, Parker measures it up. And that's going to go against Strong. Well, I was about ready to say Butler needs to control the first 3-4 minutes of this third quarter, and it got flipped on them in a hurry.
Still not too late for that, but yeah, absolutely not the start that they were hoping for, especially turning the ball over right away.
Church finds Stonewall.
Did you see that pass? That's like one-handed flip as you're falling down. This team sees the floor so well. They share the basketball so well. Deja Church showing us her inner Kelly Campbell with the way that she passed the ball on that one. That was pretty, and that got Shantae Stonewall all excited.
You know, we talk about it often because it keeps popping up on plays just like that. Stonewall finishes that three-point play. She has 11. DePaul has a 20-point lead. But it's the vision of the DePaul players, the athletic vision of DePaul. Now, yes, was that a play as of sort or a set? Yes, but Church saw the open player and made the pass. They're strong on the other end.
What has Doug Bruno told us many times over the years, Dave, is that he recruits players by vision. How do these players see the floor? And that takes a lot of studying when you're out on the recruiting trail, recruiting high school kids. But that is really one of the biggest priorities that Doug Bruno has told us about when he recruits a kid. How does this player see and respond to the floor and her teammates?
There's Doug Bruno, 716 wins, 756 overall, playing right here on the court named after him. It's Doug Bruno Court at McGrath-Phillips Arena. And there is the signature. That was one big marker that Doug brought out here.
Was that a Sharpie that he used for that?
Trish, you're on camera here.
I know. Did you see my pink sweater?
I did.
It makes me stand out, right?
Did you see my pink tie and Johnny's pink t-shirt? No. No, there's Johnny's t-shirt. He's ready to go at a moment's notice. (51-35). The kick out, Church wide open.
Wow, pretty. That's what Butler is looking for too. Hey, let's get the ball inside. Maybe that opens up our three-point shooters. DePaul doing that beautifully right now.
Bry the other way. Bulldogs on the break. Strong with 15 points.
And she's having herself a game. She is being strong inside. They need to look for her more.
Campbell's able to measure it up, and she'll drill it.
Three-pointers starting to rack up here for the Blue Demons. That is 9 in this game already. They are one of the leading three-point shooting teams in the country. Number 2, I believe, in the nation. Almost 12 threes a game.
Another turnover, and the ball rolls out of there. Nearly the conversion, but then they'll get the foul on Campbell.
Every single starter for this DePaul team is a legit threat from three-point range. And then you've got several kids coming off the bench, also big-time threats for three-point range. That is a nightmare for defenses.
And one of the hallmarks of the DePaul program that has gone to 17 straight NCAA tournaments, one of only 5 programs that can make that claim. DePaul with its 13th 20-win season. Blue Demons check in 22-3 coming into this game. (13 21 seasons, 20-win seasons in a row. And you talk about getting after it year after year after year. Near steal there by Church. Butler last year had 23 wins. Spolier wanted a call, so did the Butler fans in attendance. Instead, it's a 2-on-1 the other way.
Oh, wow.
Stonewall fakes the pass and in one motion takes it to the glass.
She had me faked out. I thought that that ball was coming out of her hands. I don't know how she kept it in her hands to go for the shot.
That'll be a blocking foul underneath. Upe Atuso taking it to the rack, but talking about taking it, Shante Stonewall on the other end. And it shows the athletic.
Yeah, I hope we can see that shot again because that was amazing that she was able to hold on to that ball. I thought that was almost an awesome fake on her part and then a pass. Holy cow.
Stonewall with 13 points. Morris matched it with 13. Deja Church leads the way with 14. This is Atuso. She has her 8th point. Remember, Upe Atuso getting the start here tonight in the absence of Umu Ture out with concussion symptoms. Eva Kelginch will rip that rebound down. DePaul the ball to 21-point lead. Blue Demons won by 15 the first time these teams met in January. Bekelja gets rid of it in a hurry. Up ahead.
That's what happens to Butler. Too much in a hurry. This pressure is in their heads. They are trying any way possible to avoid it, and that causes mistakes.
Lexi held with the long three. Second in the nation in made threes, you just said, Trish, and they are rolling them up here, 10 here. We still have 6:03 to play in the third quarter. 62-38. Caceres will get it in deep to Bry. Shea Bry, her first points of the night. Timeout. The Bulldogs need it. 5:50 to play in the third. 22-point advantage for the 13th ranked team in the nation at 62-40.
You're watching DePaul Ball on the Big East Digital Network.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
I felt like I was going to spend my whole adult life paying this off.
Thanks to SoFi, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
As of 12 p.m. today, I am debt-free.
We have no debt, we don't owe anybody anything, and it's fantastic.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
to know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do.
All right, we gotta be all in, all right? We gotta make sure we play with great passion. You have felt each other and helped each other and allowed yourselves to be helped with that, all right? We've got a great opportunity to do that today.
This is who we are.
When you look to your left and you see your sister over there, you help her. Because what we are one. Let's bring it.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah!
That's the Big East way. The 2020 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
Stand up stronger. I got the power, gonna raise it up. So high, we're shining brighter. We got the power, gonna raise it up. We got the power, gonna raise it up.
Well, this is one of the best plays that I have seen all season. The little look off there, and Shantae Stonewall enjoying it too. She almost can't believe that she made that shot, smiling back over to the bench off a turnover there. That has been a theme of this game. DePaul scoring off of Butler mistakes, but that was beautiful basketball. Shantae Stonewall faking the pass, stepping through the layup, enjoying that. DePaul on a roll here, enjoying this 22-point lead in the third quarter, Dave.
Well, it's crunch time here for Butler in terms of trying to keep things together. But this team, the Butler team, has really been a tight team all season long. You know, and it actually goes back to before the season started. It was, you know, once every 4 years you can take a trip overseas, wherever that may be. And for Butler this year, they went to Italy, and it was more than just playing games for the Bulldogs.
Well, it was a lot of goal setting, a lot of learning about your teammates. That's the first really time that they had some time to spend together with some of their new players, and Kurt Goflewski started this fun tradition, I guess, of how the players introduce each other to the team. You have a roommate, that roommate switches in every city, and Kurt comes up with 3 questions that each player has to tell the whole rest of the team about her roommate. Just things that you might not know about this player, what have you. And the coaches have to do it too. And it was a great bonding experience for the team. Just kind of got this team a lot closer. They know about each other more, and they just have a lot of fun together. And that all kind of started in Italy.
Diva Kelge at the line. She has a 3-pointer to her credit. And now a couple of free throws. (64-40). Matches the biggest DePaul lead of the night, and that's another turnover for Butler. That will be the 16th of this game for the Bulldogs. Coming up on Sunday for DePaul, they will be hosting Xavier. It will be a 2 o'clock tip-off Central Time, and Butler will head north to take on Marquette. They'll start an hour later, face the Golden Eagles. Butler and Marquette battling for that number 2 spot. Spolier tips it out. Campbell in the midst of it all. Everybody throwing everybody around, but Kelja will come away with it.
Campbell shooting that 3 and then hustling into the scrum there to create that offensive rebound. A second chance opportunity for the Blue Demons, and look, it results in yet another 3, 10 in this game for DePaul.
A 27-point lead for DePaul midway through the 3rd quarter.
Check that, make that 11. They just keep rolling up the 3s.
Caceres will put the ball on the floor. Soft touch on the rim for Nida Caceres, her 2nd basket of the night.
Butler doing a better job down there of getting some higher percentage shots, some looks in the paint. They're shooting 44% in this game, the same exact percentage as DePaul. They are just getting fewer possessions.
And DePaul is ripping the nets down on 3. Sonia Morris with their 5th 3 of the night. 70-42.
The turnovers have limited Butler's possessions. Look at this. Butler has taken 36 shots in this game. DePaul 53. So you match percentage-wise, you get a good-looking shot like that right in the paint. Okay, but if you are not getting the same amount of possessions, you are in trouble.
Spolier will take it out of there, and she is bumped by Bekelja. And we've come to media timeout. 3:30 to play. We played about 2 continuous minutes here, almost 3. It's been a good stretch for DePaul. There's your score. Big time lead. The number 13 team in the nation.
You're watching DePaul ball on the Big East Digital Network.
We're all in, all together. Great voices ready to start, great energy. We're getting excited about what we do, all right? You know how together you are. You know how hard you're going to work, but you also know how good you are. Let's go, Storm. 1, 2, 3. Together!
This is our time.
When we bring it together and we all locked in, we coming back in this locker room with a victory.
That's the Big East Way. The 2020 Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
I felt like I was going to spend my whole adult life paying this off.
Thanks to SoFi, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
As of 12 p.m. today, I am debt-free.
We have no debt, we don't owe anybody anything, and it's fantastic.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
to know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do.
Stand up stronger. I got the power, gonna raise it up. So high, we're shining brighter. We got the power, gonna raise it up. We got the power, gonna raise it up.
Fans groups of 15 or more can save at any DePaul women's or men's basketball game, whether it's a birthday party or team celebration. A Blue Demons game provides high-quality action at a very affordable price. Be sure to take advantage of this great offer and gather your friends and family for a college basketball game at either Wintrust Arena or McGrath-Phillips Arena. Be sure to visit DePaulBlueDemons.com/tickets or call 773-325-SLAM this week to book your outing with the DePaul Group Ticket representative. DePaul leading this one 70-44. Blue Demons 22-3 overall, 12-1 in the Big East. That lone loss coming 2 weeks ago, that was at Wintrust Arena. And the Blue Demons fell to Creighton 63-61 after DePaul had a 20-point first half lead.
And Doug Bruno telling us, you know what? I thought that the players got tight. You know, they have some big goals, some lofty goals this season. I think one of them was probably trying to run the table in the conference. And when Creighton started making that comeback, it tightened up these blue teams. They ended up losing by 2 points to Creighton. And then that tightness carried over last weekend in DePaul's games at Seton Hall and St. John's, particularly the St. John's game. And Coach Bruno said, you know what, we want the players to have goals that are driving factors, not tightening factors. We told the kids, hey, you know what, enjoy this. You're having a great season. We're doing so many good things. Go out there and have fun. And it looks to me like the Blue Demons are very loose here tonight.
Yeah, they came out from the beginning, and not only did they have that suffocating defense for several turnovers, this offense has flowed all night long. I mean, 70 points with 3 minutes to play in the third quarter against a team that leads the league, only giving up 59 points per game.
Yep, and they've got a good variety going. They're getting inside, nice little turnaround jumpers like that by Shantae Stonewall. Of course, they've got the inside out with the big time threes, and then they're scoring a ton of points off the turnovers.
Strong on a long skip. Great job by Spolier to go get it. Spolier with just 8 shot attempts here tonight, and that foul will be called against Stonewall. Kristen Spolier, one of the most physical players in a physical conference.
And you know, Kurt Godleski telling us a little bit about Spolier. She was injured towards the end of last season, over the off season. She didn't really get to train much this past summer, but she really focused on her nutrition, what she was eating, becoming a more fit player, and he feels like that really helped her kind of take her game to the next level this season. Part of the reason that she is third in the Big East and scoring at 19 points per game.
She was named Player of the Week once. She's been on the honor roll 5 times, including, as you saw at halftime, she along with Shantae Stonewall on this week's honor roll list. Stonewall with her 6th mention on that list. Spolier tonight with the 11 points. Her 21st game in double figures. Good block out by Strong enables Spolier to get the rebound. Spolier up to 8 boards.
Well, if you hesitate, they are right on you, right? Just relentless pressure.
Spolier there to clean it up.
How about that relentlessness, too? That is what your leading scorer does. She will find ways to get baskets. Spolier, just a scorer.
13 points tonight, and that moves her into 7th place in Butler all-time scoring history.
Doug Bruno saying, you know what, she just gets buckets. She just scores.
Of course, this year's Kristen Spolier's team, she was number 2 behind Tori Schickel for the last several years. Schickel, of course, one of the all-time Butler greats.
Yeah, it's like I said at the very beginning of the game, she knows that this is her year, this is her team. She's been such a good leader for the Bulldogs, doing things when no one's looking, extra practices, and Godleski telling us that's what you want to see out of your best player.
Sweet feed from Stovall to Stonewall. Shantae Stonewall now with 17 points. She averages that on the season, 4th best in conference. Parker, no room inside the paint. Spolier waiting for a whistle, and the whistle she gets is that it will be a Butler ball. She was hoping she'd get to go to the free throw line.
She's saying, I don't just throw the ball out of bounds on my own. She was signaling that she got hit on her arm.
Strong has to force it up. .60 seconds to play in the third. Lexi Held's been quiet tonight. She has 8 points, a couple of threes for Held.
How about the statement that DePaul is making here so far in this game? I mean, it was a pretty close and competitive game down in Indianapolis at Butler. And this is the number 2 team in the Big East Conference. Butler is. They are hoping to make a big run. They've had a lot of wins this season against quality teams in the top 100 RPI, and DePaul just coming out here and making a statement.
Well, as you said, Butler, the 2nd place team. I think this is the 2nd game we've had that's matched 1 versus 2. Villanova came to Chicago in 2nd place. DePaul won that ball game by 16. There definitely is a logjam in league play behind the Blue Demons. 10 to shoot. Amelia Sexton into the ball game for the first time for Butler. Time for DePaul. Church checks that clock, shows 10 seconds left. Now 7. Campbell. Stovall. Church, did she get it off in time?
Like it.
They're going to count it. They may look at it, but nevertheless, it will either be a 26 or at worst a 24-point lead for the 13th ranked team in the nation. 76-50 after 3, DePaul.
You're watching DePaul ball basketball on the Big East Digital Network.
All right, we gotta be all in, all right? We gotta make sure we play with great passion. You have felt each other and helped each other and allowed yourselves to be helped with that, all right? We've got a great opportunity to do that today.
This is who we are.
When you look to your left and you see your sister over there, you help her. Because what we are one. Let's bring it.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah! That's the Big East way. The 2020 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
We aren't just dreamers. We're doers.
My time. None of you people can tell me to stop.
Good things happen when you unleash a Butler Bulldog.
My time. None of you people can tell me to stop. Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't. Driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
to know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do.
Stand up stronger. I got the power, gonna raise it up. So high, we're shining brighter. We got the power, gonna raise it up. We got the power, gonna raise it up.
Arena will host the 2020 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament presented by Jeep. Beginning on Friday, March 6th, enjoy the competition as all 10 of the conference teams vie for an automatic berth in the 2020 NCAA Women's Championship Tournament. Tickets are on sale now, so call the DePaul ticket office today to reserve your package or visit bigeast.com/WBB tickets for more information. 74-40, they have denied that basket by Deja Church at the buzzer. DePaul in the first 3 quarters, 3 players in double figures. One of those that is not yet there, Kelly Campbell, 9.7 rebounds, 8 assists. And we've said all along is you don't measure Kelly Campbell necessarily by her numbers, but yet her numbers are spectacular.
Well, I'm going to talk about them right now. She scored her 1,000th career point at Butler in January. She has more than 600 assists in her career. She's 4th all time right now. She's probably going to move up that chart by the time this season is done. But the thing that really is impressive about her, I mean, she is, an under 6-foot guard, and she's got 928 rebounds coming into this game. Dave, she could finish with 1,000 rebounds. That is just amazing. She's had 3 double-doubles in a row right now, 4 straight double-digit rebounding efforts. And for her to put up those kind of numbers on the boards at her size and as a point guard is just amazing. She has 7 rebounds in this game already.
I think that's what people lose sight of, that she's a point guard.
Yep. And that just speaks to hustle. I mean, you talk about anybody can rebound, but it really comes to digging down deep, hustling, being aggressive, having that mentality that you are going to out-hustle somebody else for that rebound. And that is the kind of player, just to a T, that Kelly Campbell is.
Kurt Godlewski has gone a little bit deeper into his bench here in the final 10 minutes. Ashante Thomas, a 6'4" senior from Lexington, Kentucky, along with Amelia Sexton, mentioned her earlier, sophomore from Louisville. His team trails by 24. He has to turn it around because in less than 48 hours, he will be up in Milwaukee taking on Marquette.
Oh, nice pass. Just the patience there, Dave. And we talked about the court vision earlier, waiting for that play to develop. And DePaul, one of the best teams in the country, I feel, at players who move without the basketball, finding those open seams, those open cuts, and getting to a place where your teammate can get you the basketball for a high percentage shot.
Sonia Moritz with 21 points tonight. She had 22 the first time these two teams met. Upe Otuso will go to the free throw line. Well, the triple-double watch is on again for Campbell.
It is.
9 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists. Now, whether in a 26-point game she's going to get enough minutes to get there, I don't know. I mean, that is absolutely incredible. Just coming off a triple-double. You rattled off the double-doubles with a triple-double a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
She may be the quietest triple-doubles.
Yep.
I mean, there's other folks that, I mean, it's a rare occurrence in college basketball, of course, but do with a lot more flash and swagger, but numbers are numbers.
Now, Coach Doug Bruno saying that we are going to miss Kelly Campbell senior night coming up for the Blue Demons, and obviously Shantae Stonewall as well. But yeah, Kelly Campbell, a quiet assassin, and how about that? Knocking down yet another three. Tanisha Church giving DePaul its 13th three in this game.
You can see a little bit of fatigue, though there are some fresh legs out there, but as wide open as Church was, nobody came out to get her. She has 17 points tonight. Caceres backing in Campbell. Campbell with the block. Caceres back up.
Oh my gosh, is there a time for Kelly Campbell to get a triple-double with blocks? I don't know, maybe. We got to challenge her with that. Next time your triple-double has to be with blocks.
Oh, Church with the reverse.
Nice.
81-53, biggest lead of the night at 28. Sexton with it. This is Thomas. Kara Dahlman guarding her. Held was there, Dahlman was there. One of them will pick up the foul with 7 minutes to play. Following this weekend, DePaul, of course, plays at home against Xavier. DePaul will close the season on the road with 3 road games. It'll be the swing out to Georgetown, Villanova, and then the final week of the season, they'll face a traveling partner. Final game of the Big East season will be at Marquette. On the other side for Butler, they will host Creighton and Providence following Sunday's game against Marquette, and then they will close the road. 2 tough games for the Bulldogs on the road at St. John's and at Seton Hall.
And just to show you what a good offensive team DePaul is. Butler, the leading defensive team in the conference, has given up 80 points only twice this season to DePaul each time. Other than that, they don't let teams get in the 80s, but this DePaul team with 7 minutes left already over the 80-point mark.
DePaul won that first game 80-65. Jolene Daniger into the game for DePaul, making her first appearance. Sophomore from Andover, Minnesota. Kristen Spolier has been on the bench here for the 3.5 minutes of this fourth quarter. Strong has her shot blocked by Dahlman. Way ahead, the pass, the catch, and the score. Wow.
Was that like a pass from the outfield, or was that like a quarterback to a receiver for a long touchdown? I mean, my goodness.
83-54. Caceres had a hand on the ball from Dahlman, disrupted the shot. Now Campbell the other way. Trying to get Daniger a shot.
And you see the condition of these DePaul athletes. They do not take their foot off the gas. They are still at a very elevated pace.
Spolier will check back in at the next whistle. Strong wants it down low. Dahlman denies that. Caceres, single digits on the shot clock. Has to force up the shot under the defense from Campbell, and since that did not draw iron, we'll go the other way in the violation. Well, Kelly Campbell with 11 assists tonight, 9 rebounds, and 9 points. So here's what we need. If you want to see a triple-double, you need Campbell to somebody to miss a shot, and she'll get the rebound and put it in.
Yep.
That's how I'm going to call a triple-double here.
Yep.
Here she goes. And that would have been an opportunity right there.
That would have. It's insane that literally every game she is a threat for a triple-double. I mean, and that's legit. That is not an exaggeration.
And yet the interesting thing, we have showed you and we've talked about honor roll and player of the week honors. Campbell has been player of the week once. That came after a triple-double, and she's been on the honor roll once. And that's it.
But she's quiet. She's not going to get you glamorous numbers, but she gets you a lot of numbers.
Good ball movement, and it rolls out of there as Ellen Ross into the game. And
she gets you plays like that, Dave. I mean, look at that. You know, we got 5 minutes left and pretty much a blowout, and there's Kelly Campbell trying to create a tie-up and fall into the floor to do it.
She'll head to the bench here during the timeout. Whether if she stays there, we'll see. 83-54, Blue Demons in big-time control in Chicago.
You're watching DePaul Ball on the Big East Digital Network.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't. Driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
to know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do.
All right, we gotta be all in, all right? We gotta make sure we play with great passion. You have felt each other and helped each other and allowed yourselves to be helped with that, all right? We've got a great opportunity to do that today.
This is who we are.
When you look to your left and you see your sister over there, you help her. Because what we are one. Let's break it.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah!
That's the Big East way. The 2020 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
I felt like I was going to spend my whole adult life paying this off.
Thanks to SoFi, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
As of 12 p.m. today, I am debt-free.
We have no debt, we don't owe anybody anything, and it's fantastic.
Stand up stronger. I got the power, gonna raise it up. So high, we're shining brighter. We got the power, gonna raise it up. We got the power, gonna raise it up.
Fans of DePaul Blue Demons will be right back here this Sunday afternoon when they host Xavier at 2 p.m. Join other fans as DePaul honors their 2 graduating senior players, Kelly Campbell and Shantae Stonewall, in their final Big East regular season home game. Call the DePaul ticket office today to reserve your seats at 773-325-SLAM or visit DePaulBlueDemons.com/tickets to learn more about additional ticket opportunities. I'm Dave Bernhardt. Alongside us, Patricia Babcock-McGraw. We have seen Johnny Soper on the side wearing a pink t-shirt. Johnny, you have switched out of it, but you're going to tell us about some more pink festivities here tonight.
Well, Dave and Trish, a special moment at the start of the fourth quarter here at McGrath-Phillips Arena. as they announced to the crowd that over $1,700 were raised tonight for the Yow Cancer Fund. That is in addition to the $2,000 that DePaul head coach Doug Bruno will be contributing. And here you see the crowd holding up pink signs in honor of the loved ones that they know who've been affected by cancer. You know, cancer really does affect everyone. Whether you know someone who's had it or even you know someone who knows someone else who's had it, it does not, it affects everyone, and it's a special moment here tonight at McGrath-Phillips Arena to honor really a great coach, but also a great ambassador for women's basketball and someone who did so much in her life. Yow has truly made a difference and continues to make a difference to this day, guys.
Thank you very much, Johnny. And the number of signs that were held up, you saw it there, and that was just on one side of the floor, behind us on the other. It truly is a special night the way DePaul does this Play for K game.
You know, and I love how so many programs do the pink, and men's programs too. We see it all across the country with men's basketball and football, and everybody's got their pink shirts or their pink socks or pink shoes. It's just swept the nation.
Ellen Ross gets in the scorebook, sophomore from Fort Wayne, Indiana, for Butler. Under 4 minutes to play. On the floor for DePaul, 4 reserves. We're going to get another one coming in here. There's Jolene Daniger, Diva Keldra. She got early minutes. Kara Dahlman there. Actually, Sonia Mora still on the floor for DePaul. She may come out at this next whistle. On the bench is Kelly Campbell. Campbell has a double-double on the bench. Here's Bekeldja, and it won't go down for 3. So Campbell on the bench tonight, a double-double, but an unconventional one of 10 rebounds and 11 assists. She also has 9 points.
Just that one little point.
3 threes for Campbell tonight.
Yeah.
Nadej John into the game, and so you'll see a bigger lineup for DePaul with John and Dahlman both on the floor for DePaul. Meanwhile, it's Upe Atuso. Bring it up. Atuso will drive down the left side, throws it up, and she'll earn a trip to the line. Atuso averaging 6 points per game. She has a chance to go for double figures. She knocked down one of these 2 free throws. Hannah Purcell has come in for DePaul, 6-foot freshman. So you'll notice if you watch closely, the average height on the floor for DePaul will increase once the Blue Demons go deep to their bench.
And Doug Bruno will start to work his freshmen in, and you mentioned it that they've got some size. Doug Bruno excited about some of his younger players. Some height there on the bench for the Blue Demons.
Maya Stovall will bring it up. Had 14 starts last year. In fact, her first collegiate start as a freshman came against Butler in Indianapolis. She started 14 of the last 15 games DePaul played last season. Jolene Daniger from the corner. A loose ball to Purcell. Three minutes to play. Clock running down to 10, now 9. Purcell steps back, arches the high 3, came up empty. Nina Caceres, Nida Caceres the other way, and that's a travel. Went up and down as she was tied up by Nadej John. Bulldogs have cleaned up the turnovers here as the game is worn on. That's the 18th of the night for Butler. Kayla Caudle into the game, another freshman. She'll replace Stovall.
Another big for the Blue Demons. A 6-footer for DePaul.
4 of them on the floor right now for the Blue Demons. DePaul creeping right up there on their per game average. They average about 85 points per game. Dahlman to Jean. And it will go Butler's way. DePaul with 3 players in double figure scoring. Morris has 23. Deja Church 19. Stonewall with 17. The other side, 3 players in double figures for Butler, led by Kat Strong's 15 points, Kristen Spolier. On the bench right now, watching the final 2:05, held to 13 points, 6 below her average, and Lupe Atuso with 10 points. Dahlman leaves, and Kiki Rimmer, another freshman for DePaul, will check into the game. Ellen Ross off the bench here in the fourth quarter. He'll be stuck at 3 points, but another opportunity for the Bulldogs. They'll head to Marquette, 3 p.m. game Central Time on Sunday. DePaul will be home at 2 o'clock against Xavier. Ball gets down inside, and Ashante Thomas knows what to do with it. Transfer from Penn State gets her first basket. And bump there on the baseline is Daniger. That's just the first foul on Butler here in the fourth quarter. DePaul's biggest lead was 29. Daniger wanted the ball, and jumping out on her is Sexton.
You know, Doug Bruno has really kind of shortened his bench during the conference season, but this group of reserves, even these freshmen on the floor right now, showed a lot during the non-conference season early on, Jolene Daniger in particular, and so there is quite a bit of depth to this DePaul basketball team this season.
DePaul, with a margin of victory average of 13 points per game, has allowed a lot of these players to get that time in the non-conference season. Daniger attacks the rim, and Jolene Daniger gets in the book.
Daniger, a very versatile player, really good three-point shooter as well, but they're seeing her get to the basket with ease.
Too many white jerseys in the middle of the lane. Rimmer ahead to Purcell, the touch pass to Caudle. Well, that's some freshmen learning to play DePaul ball.
That's right. Get down the floor quickly, beat the defense, and you will be rewarded.
And another turnover. Touched last by the Bulldogs. An 87-point night here for DePaul against Butler, who gave up only 59 points per game coming in.
You know, I just noticed that all three officials have pink whistles.
Yes, I saw that during one of our timeouts. Rimmer looking for go glass, and she does.
Nice looking take to the basket by the freshman.
Final 8 seconds. Sarah Humphrey got it inside to Ross. And that's going to do it. DePaul picks up its 13th win in 14 outings in Big East play, goes 23-3 overall in a convincing, if not dominating, 89-60 win tonight over Butler.
Well, I think the story in this game, and what it often is with DePaul, is the turnover situation. That pressure that we talked about at the beginning of the game really held true for DePaul. DePaul forcing Butler into 29 turnovers, 20 turnovers, and that led to 29 points off of turnovers for the Blue Demons. Their pressure was outstanding tonight.
We'll take a quick break. We'll be back and hear from the head coach of the Blue Demons, Doug Bruno, standing by after this.
You're watching DePaul ball on the Big East Digital Network.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
I felt like I was going to spend my whole adult life paying this off.
Thanks to SoFi, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
As of 12 p.m. today, I am debt-free.
We have no debt, we don't owe anybody anything, and it's fantastic.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
to know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do.
60, as promised. Johnny Soper standing by with Doug Bruno.
All right, Dave, thanks very much. Coach, your team just put 89 points against the Big East best defense. What most impressed you about your team's performance tonight?
Just the readiness to play and not take anybody for granted. This Butler team's won 9 out of 10 since January 1st. It's playing really good basketball, and I just thought our players were ready to play when the game started.
4 straight wins for your team since the loss against Creighton. What has your team in a rhythm right now?
Well, I think we're just getting slowly better at everything we do. I mean, we run a lot of different things. It takes a long time for our groups to really hit their stride, and we still have a long way to go. But it's always the players. Shante Stonewall, Kelly Campbell are great seniors, and this is their senior weekend, and they are playing with a great sense of purpose. So I'm really excited and blessed to have coached those 2 seniors. And, it's going to be a sad day Sunday when they play their last game here in McGrath-Phillips Arena.
Finally, Coach, I want to ask you about Kay Yow. A special night tonight, raising awareness for the Yow Cancer Fund and also honoring her and her legacy. What does she mean to you personally, and what did this night mean to you?
Well, she was a great friend and a great inspiration. She was one of those beautiful human beings that could inspire, make people accountable, and do it in such a nice way that just made everybody want to love her. And she really battled not only cancer, but she battled to make sure that her legacy would be carried on through research and raising funds for research. The Yow Foundation has done a magnificent job, and they're still doing every day doing a magnificent job to raise funds. Special woman, and we miss her dearly.
Coach, thanks very much. Congrats on the win.
Thank you very much.
Dave, Trish.
Thank you very much, Johnny. And I think you could tell right there, it's a happy night on the floor for DePaul, but to win like this on a night like Doug Bruno just described makes it extra special.
It does, and just the statement that DePaul made here in this game made it extra special. Much closer game in Indianapolis earlier this season against Butler, and DePaul wanting to come out here against the 2nd ranked team in the Big East, make that statement. They are rolling towards the Big East tournament, towards the NCAA tournament. They played big time here tonight.
Well, that's going to do it tonight here in Chicago, McGrath-Phillips Arena. Butler came to Chicago, and they will now head to Milwaukee after dropping the 89-60 game to the 13th ranked team in the country. DePaul Blue Demons go to 23-3. They boost their Big East lead. Their record now 13-1 in conference play. For Johnny Soper and for Patricia Babcock-McGraw, I'm Dave Bernhardt. Thanks for joining us tonight, and we'll be right back here on Sunday afternoon when DePaul takes on Xavier.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't. Driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
to know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do.